Hello everyone, my name is Taylor and welcome back to Let's Play Hyper Light Drifter. In the last episode we defeated two of those giant wicked robot overlords, and in this episode we are going to be trying to track down the other ones that are also still in this level. I believe I saw 4 in the original little cutscene that we saw when we actually came in here, so we're going to need to find the other ones. So first off, there are a few things that I still have to do in this area. We did definitely activate that node up in the top right corner of this level, but we still have to get those 2 other crystal shards in this episode to progress in the story. So let's look up here. This is an area that we actually didn't go to. I actually love that animation. They're all like running and hiding from you, but this guy does not even care. Okay, so he's gonna tell you the story of his people. So they're all a bunch of lizard people, and they found these little They found these little hidey holes, which are the elevators which we use to go down. And they found, it looks like, all of the aliens in these little pods. And that guy's eating the goop, which is probably not a good idea. And yeah, so these guys broke out of the pods, and we've actually taken down that guy in particular. And they do not look pleased by that. So these guys kind of messed up just a little bit. But we are going to try to solve everything that they did. I'm wondering if the lizard guys actually started this whole thing, pretty much. That's my theory, because they let out those guys initially, and maybe they're causing all the trouble in the world that we're seeing now. Alright, so now that we've seen that, I think there's one thing that we can do, which is up by the top of this area. Yes, over here. So now that we've actually activated that node, we actually can access this area, which has a little bit of currency and a key, so that's awesome. Alright, let's continue. One thing that I actually wanted to talk about is that we're actually coming up near the end of this series. So yeah, we don't have so much of the game left, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about what it was like and what we're going to be doing. So I actually really enjoyed this. I've been, thinking about making a YouTube channel for a really long time, and this is going to be concluding the first series that I've ever done, and it's really exciting. It was a really good series to do. I really, really love this game, and I'm really excited to work on new projects. Yeah, so okay, so this is a challenge and a half right here. I'm not going to heal up because I feel like that's just wasting your medkits, especially because if you die, you're just going to respawn up there. So this is another area that you couldn't go to unless you've already beaten the area. And I see a crystal shard up there, so we're going to try to go for it. Again, I'm not too worried about dying because, again, we're just going to respawn in that room again. So it feels like a fool's errand to just keep using my medkits, especially because we're probably going to need them in the near future. But yeah, it's a cool series to do. It feels weird talking about it in the actual series itself, but, it's just something that I've been thinking about, and I'm looking forward to starting the new projects. I have a few things in mind that I'm really excited to do, but yeah. Oh, and again, if you ever want to purchase this game or see what it's like, I always link the its Steam page in the description below, so definitely check that out if you are interested in buying this game. It's honestly one of my favorite games of the year. There's been a lot of other good games, though. I believe this game came out in 2016, so other games that have come out in this year have been like Overwatch, Necropolis. Necropolis is pretty good, but, I think that I might like Hyper Light Drifter a little bit better, just because it's a more rounded out experience and more designed experience. Alright, we got this. I didn't realize we only had one of those shards. That's not good. So yeah, we'll be continuing here and hopefully getting through this area. Alrighty. So we've gotten that shard, and I know where we're going to be going next, so let's continue. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be needing to head to that room. I have a feeling that somebody's going to be guarding it. I can't believe I missed it, actually. Oh, that is enough. That is enough guys. Oh, I forgot we didn't have the shotgun equipped. There's so many of them. There's just so many. Okay, we're dead. That was a good attempt. those robots, those little guys, are not to be trifled with. I'm gonna heal up a little bit and then throw out a bomb. Probably a little too early. Alright, alright. Throw out the bomb. That was not ideal. If you just shoot him, if you just use your sword against him, you should be able to take them out, but you can't be trying to run away like I always do. That is not what these guys have in mind. Hey, it's enough of that, alright? Hate those enemies. Hate's a strong word, but hate is how I feel. Alrighty, so... Cool. Should be moving, I think, this way. I love the sniper rifle weapon. It's so good. Mostly because it can actually hit through enemies, which is, I think, its primary feature. Where are we going? Heal up, little robot. You've been doing such good work for us throughout this playthrough. I feel like you are the most underappreciated NPC of all time. Except Navi. Navi gives some good advice, but I mean, she doesn't have to give it all the time, you know? Like, I know where to go. I wish there was, like, an option in Ocarina of Time, or Ocarina of Time 3D, to just turn Navi off, but there isn't, so... Tattle's pretty good, though. Majora's Mask, great game. I feel like that's not an unpopular opinion, but, you know, I feel like people give a lot of love to Ocarina of Time, when Majora's Mask is clearly the better game. I like Ocarina of Time more because I played it when I was a kid, but Majora's Mask, I think, is just better designed and has a better knowledge of what makes it good, you know? Like, that's the one thing that I've kind of realized over time, is that a lot of games don't realize what make themselves good, and in their sequels, they kind of in sequels, oftentimes you see, like, them trying to, like, make something that's like, oh, this is what people liked. Like, alright, let me give you an example. So, okay, but first I'm going to kill these guys, because clearly they're giving me way more trouble than I would have expected them to. But let me give you some examples of this. Okay, so, in the... You know what? Original Zelda. We'll go back to original Zelda here, because I love talking about me some Zelda. So, a really not great sequel is Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. So that's the very second Zelda game. It was on the NES, if you haven't seen it. But anyway, it's a side-scrolling game, and I think the reason why it didn't fail, like, it sold a lot of copies, but the reason why a lot of people don't really remember it as well is because Nintendo knew that The Legend of Zelda was popular, but that was the first game they'd ever produced. So what they ended up having to do was make a new game. So they had to think of, why did people like playing The Legend of Zelda so much? What people really liked, and it turned out that people still love this, and that's why games like this actually exist. They love the exploration, having an adventure, and being able to, you know, look for stuff in the area. But what they thought they liked doing was playing with swords and be feeling like really cool fighting enemies. So that's why they made the sequel be more of like a character, not action game, but yeah, it was definitely a little bit more actiony. The combat was a lot more focused and difficult. But yeah, so I think that's why they did that. And then when Link's Awakening came out, it showed that they actually went back to what made the game series good. Not saying that Zelda 2 Adventure of Link is not a good game. Actually, I quite enjoy it, but it's definitely... It doesn't feel like a sequel to the original Legend of Zelda, but Link's Awakening definitely does. I think that's one of the reasons why it gets miscounted a lot of the time, even though it's a pretty good game, but it just doesn't really feel like Zelda. But another example I was thinking of when I was thinking of sequels that didn't really get what the original was going for, and why people liked it so much, was Devil May Cry 2. If you guys have not, maybe you guys are a little younger, maybe you guys haven't played Devil May Cry. It's a really great game series. The first one is, in my personal opinion, my all-time favorite of any of the games. I think my ranking list would probably be 1, 4, 3, 2. Haven't played the new one. That's my ranking list. Alright, we got another crystal shard here. Oh, wait. No, we didn't. No, we did not get the new crystal shard. This is the next boss. I don't remember this guy being particularly hard, but I totally forgot about that. He ambushed me. What a jerk. This guy's like more robot than the other ones were. Looks like a kind of a glitchy guy, actually. But yeah, I haven't played the new one, not because I didn't like the design of the new Dante, which I thought was kind of a silly reason to not want to play the game. Especially because if you played through to the end, and spoilers for like a game that's pretty old, and if you haven't played it now, then you probably will never play it. He becomes your Dante at the end of the game. And apparently it's a really good game. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. There's so many games to play in this world. Get out of my way. What made Devil May Cry good? Devil May Cry was good because it was challenging but not impossible. It had really cool and inventive enemy design, and you felt like a badass when you were playing as your character. I think what they did when they made Devil May Cry 2, and I hate that game like a lot, maybe more than it deserves, because it just wasn't fun for me because it was, first off, too easy. Probably because I played on a more casual difficulty setting. You could probably make the game harder with harder difficulty settings, but when I go for normal in a Devil May Cry game, I expect it to be normal, you know? Maybe people were complaining that the game was too hard for the original audience, so they made more settings, but yeah, I figured that that would be a good difficulty setting for me because I enjoyed the original difficulty level of the original. But yeah, so it wasn't hard, but I think they focused way too heavily on making your character feel like a badass. And not that I don't like my character to feel like a badass, but it didn't feel like I was doing it on my own. Like, I didn't feel like a badass. The focus was just not on the right thing. It wasn't focused on having good combat. It seemed like it was more focused on... It seemed like it was more focused on just the character designs and the story, which I honestly could not care at all about. So that's my rant on sequels. You can just chomp down half his health, like immediately. It's good to know. Oh, he's almost dead. He's almost dead, but I'm almost dead. Listeners, you're probably hearing this because I think I'm going to beat him. And I beat him. Hello, and welcome back. So, yeah, you just saw me defeat this guy. Wasn't actually that hard. If you watched me at the beginning of that, you pretty much, if you go in, you can get down pretty much half his HP if you just run in. That seems like something that the developers might want to fix. But I'm not sure if they will be fixing that part. Like, maybe make him immune when he's coming up, because that boss fight was really easy after I kind of figured that one out. Let's open this door and see what's behind it. Oh, we actually get the last... I think this is the last crystal shard we need. But I'm fighting that other boss, because I feel like he deserves to be fought. Oh, no, and we're going to definitely need to, because we still need to fight that last guy. Anyway, I don't remember what he was, actually. Oh, that's creepy. Okay, stay. Oh no. Oh, this is just the worst. Please just die. I don't want any of what you're selling. Sweet health. What is this? Have we gone here before? I think it feels like we have. In my heart of hearts, I feel that we have gone this way before. Yes, we have. But there's health over here, so I'm totally fine with making that a little bit of a detour. Backtracking is so much fun when you're with your friends. Backtracking is so much fun when you're fighting Rocket Men. This should be it. This should be the final show. I'm not messing with these barrels for 1 second. You gotta be... Oh. Well, I guess I have to mess with these little barrels for 1 second. But you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to let me blow one of those things up in my face. Okay, just stay away from him. Yeah, we haven't been here yet at all. All right, we're getting some med kits, which is good. Maybe I'll find some more in the environment. I'm hoping anyway. How do I get back here? I just want that sweet gold. Alright, how much gold do I have? Not enough to buy anything good. Not yet. I don't even know what I'd buy at this point. We've got pretty much all the upgrades that I think are, like, required. All the other ones are kind of just extra. Because the thing about the upgrades in this game is that, like, if you don't use certain ones, it's pretty much worthless to buy, and it's all about your playstyle, really. I love those grenades. In my first playthrough, I didn't realize what they were and like what they actually did until a lot later. Like I went into the shop and I was like, oh, it's like a little explosive thing. How is that? How can that be like incredibly useful? Turns out they are almost integral to certain areas. Especially if you have two, you can pretty much do like a full room wipe if you need to. Nope. Better heal up. And I'm glad that I was in the right radius to do that, or else I would have been boned. Stay out of my way, and we'll have no problem. Are we good? Okay, what do you want to bet that there's a medkit hidden somewhere in that crate field? I would bet my bottom dollar. Oh, something better. Okay, there's no medkit, but there was another secret. Okay, if this leads me to a medkit. Oh, it did. Y'all owe me whatever you were willing to bet in the first place. What is this little monster in here? It's like a weird little octopus man. It's got a weird symbol on the bottom too. Look, I don't know what that is, but I ain't gonna mess with it. I think we're going in the right direction. At this point, I'm not absolutely sure, but I'd be pretty surprised if this whole time we've just been backtracking. Although I do remember these guys in the tank. Backtracking is so much fun when you're with your friends. Backtracking is so much fun when you're fighting rocket men. Again, I remember this area. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some cutting. Some major cutting. I'll tell you that much. Up here, perhaps? Perhaps not. Oh, but we're full on health, which is new. Oh, nope, there are monsters. I'm so lost. I am so lost. Lost. Could this be it? Could this... Nope, it's not it. Darn it. I couldn't find it. Ugh. Is it up here? Could it possibly be in this area? I have no doubt in my mind. Okay. Heal up. Carefully get this. Man, those lizards were eating that stuff, and it's explosive. We finally found it. We finally found the fourth shard. I'm not finding that boss. I don't even care. So if you're still with us here, we have finally done it. We have gotten all the necessary key shards from each area, which is what we've been trying to do this whole time, and we've activated all the nodes. So now we can actually enter this area in the next episode. See you guys then.